Bobby, you've made a real advancement in one of your mallet putters here. Tell us why it's much better.
Well, I tell you, we've been very, very popular with, our putters are very much known for face balance. This face balance design is what we call, because of the shaft extension, it goes right through the center of the face, and it promotes more of a square-to-square hit. It actually helps you on 8-foot, 6-foot, and 4-foot putts. Well, this is what we call frontal face balance. Frontal face balance sort of wobbles around like an oblong tire if you were to spin it like this. Well, this new one, this here is, you see it's connected in the rear. We did this about 9 years ago as an experiment with J.L. Lewis on the tour. He won about $4 million with this. It was too difficult to put it into production. We're getting better at it right now. We're going to bring this thing out, and it's going to be called the ass kicker, believe it or not. It's because it's connected in the rear, and it comes off with such energy. Well, this one here actually connects, the shaft extends down into the center of gravity of the head, and when you spin it, you see it spins, it's not like an oblong tire. Well, what that means is all of your energy is right here in the center of gravity. If you had that shaft connected right in the CG, it has 150% of its energy. So when you hit a putt with our regular ones, they're very, very solid and very, very soft. But then when you hit a putt with this, all of a sudden there's so much energy, the first words out of your mouth are, oh wow. So when you get a hold of one of our new ass kickers, the guys in your foursome are going to be very much jealous.
Now, there's something else I like about this putter, and that is that the rear portion is squared up with the front.
Yeah,
and it's one of the few putters out there where you really can both at the front end and the back end can sense the parallel alignment to the.
Well, that's exactly right. This one here, being square, as you see, it's got a tremendous sight line to accent off of that square to square.
Right.
So you've got great alignment capabilities. It's got wonderful balance because it's face balanced, but it's face balanced in the center of gravity. So coupled with our insert technology, the inertia factors with 5 weights in this putter, they're second to none.
Yeah. Now I've one more question for you on your inserts. On older designs, I would typically have a 5-degree loft, and I would deliver it maybe at a 2-degree, forward shaft lean, and I would be trying to deliver maybe 3 degrees of delivered loft, and I think that's pretty much common wisdom out there. So you're building these now with 0 loft. How does that work relative to the conventional wisdom of 2 to 3 degrees of delivered loft?
Well, you know what? It's amazing.
We got to get that ball up out of the depression, theoretically, right?
Theoretically, the ball sits down in the depression. Loft came up about 350 years ago when golf was just being played, when the sheep used to do the trimming of the grass and not mowers. Now we've got champion grass, we've got tiff dwarf, we've got paspalum, which is a saltwater tolerant, kept cut at 11. You're playing on pool tables now. There's no depressions like there used to be.
Particularly on the tour.
The guys that are barking about the depression in the greens are the guys that are still pedaling loft. Loft is 3 degrees loft is a standard in the industry now. It's been getting less, 5, 4, 3, and some even go to 2 degrees loft. Well, the optimum loft, and you can ask any of those putting teachers in the whole show here, the optimum loft at impact is 0. So as Dave Stockton has 7 degrees loft on his face of his putter, he forward presses 7 degrees to get it to 0 at impact. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of face movement for us. We don't want that. We want it, and by the way, ours doesn't really have 0 loft. It has a radial face, which has no flats. But the center of that radius happens to meet that golf ball at a 0 impact. So we've engineered every one of our putters to meet that golf ball high on it, as well as at par 0 for an instant overspin. So loft is a thing of the past for Bobby Gray's putters.
Good.
It will be for you.
There's also kind of newer wisdom about having your kind of angle of attack come in at up 1.5. So with the 0 loft, you're gonna you still should have no trouble getting it up in the air.
And not only that, the fitting process. We fit for length, we fit for lie, we fit for grip size. When we go length, you have to sometimes re-weight the head with a heavier tungsten weight to compensate for that balance. And we don't have to fit for loft because the radial face works whether your hands are behind, even, or right there. Pretty cool.
Thanks, Bobby.
You got it.